एग्जाम पे चर्चा में आपका स्वागत है. Today we have Mr. Gurjant Singh with us. He has completed his IELTS examination and got a very great score of 8 bands with 8.5 in listening and reading and 7 each in writing and speaking. We'll talk to Gurjant so we can guide all the students to how to score better and what can make the paper go easy. Let's talk to Gurjant. Gurjant, सबके पहले अपने बारे में सबको बताएं.
My name is Gurjant Singh. I am working in a private firm and recently I have attempted IELTS journal and I have scored overall 8 bands.
Gurjant appeared in the general module of IELTS on 9th of September 2023. Before we start his interview, follow us on social media. On the channel that you're watching us, you can comment, like, share and subscribe. We have this beautiful world-class blog which you can follow for a lot of help, and we have this Instagram handle webberzeducomplimited where you can find the latest information about all the international examinations that we deal in. Now, this is the result card of Gurjant. 9 September 2023, listening 8.5, reading 8.5, writing 7, speaking 7, and an overall band score of 8, which is very impressive. And the best thing about Gurjant's result is that Gurjant has scored 8,777. That is the magical figure to go for immigration to Canada. 8 in listening, reading, writing, and speaking 7 each. And you know, it is considered to be a very lucky thing to get this kind of a score because सारे इंडिया में छोड़िए सारे वर्ल्ड में ऐसी स्कोर आनी काफी मुश्किल काम है. And Gurjant has done this. So congratulations to you, Gurjant. तो Gurjant आगे देखते हैं जी. आपने ये कारनामा किया. ये है इसका रिजल्ट कार्ड. आप इसे देख सकते हैं. एंड गुरजंत, आपने स्पीकिंग के बारे में हमें बताएं. आपकी स्पीकिंग कैसी थी, क्या था, हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को गाइड करें.
Sir, the first part was introduction and it was really easy. It was basic questions about my hometown, whether it's a good place to be for the youngsters. And then there were questions related to my likings and about movies I like. And I was able to answer those questions very nicely. And in fact, examiner was smiling and I get the idea that I would be able to score good marks because my introduction was phenomenal.
Okay. What about your cue card?
Sir, the cue card was about the rule which I don't like at work or school, and I was able to speak about it, and the examiner interrupted me at about 1.5 minutes, and that's how my cue card went. And I believe I was able to deliver good performance in cue card part.
And what about discussion?
So discussion was about related questions to the cue card, and there were some general questions about the rules and how parents can enter such rules in their children, and what are the steps that can be taken to enhance the rule following ability of the children.
Right. गुरजंत, आपने जब स्टार्ट किया आइल्स की प्रिपरेशन, यू वर वेरी एप्रीहेंसिव अबाउट योर स्पीकिंग. आपको बहुत डर लग रहा था स्पीकिंग के बारे में. तो आपने अपने इस फियर को कैसे ओवरकम किया? बिकॉज आपके मार्क्स भी इतने अच्छे नहीं आ रहे थे परफॉर्मेंस के टाइम पे. तो एग्जामिनेशन में सडनली आपके 7 आ गए. तो कुछ ना कुछ तो आपने सोच में परिवर्तन किया होगा अपनी. तो क्या परिवर्तन किया जिससे आपके मार्क्स बढ़े?
Sir, the problem with me was the language was not problem, and in fact the fear of performance, or I can say performance pressure was overtaking me at the time of the examination, and I improved that through some breathing techniques and other techniques which were advised by you during polishing classes, and that has really helped me. Also, interacting with you, it was a real examination like scenario, and it helped me to overcome my fear of examination. So that's I believe the most important step in improving the speaking part of my exam.
What you are telling me is that you controlled your nervousness. That is the main thing.
Yes, sir.
Performance anxiety,
yes,
you
sir.
controlled your performance anxiety, which is the most important part of any examination.
Yes, sir.
Do you think this kind of a thing, that controlling the performance anxiety, also helped you in writing, listening, and reading as well?
Sir, I believe the personal one-to-one interview was problem for me, and I was scoring good marks in all other aspects of IELTS. So
Right.
speaking was a main hurdle for me.
Right. So speaking was the main hurdle. Performance anxiety was mainly in the speaking. Right. So now let's go to the next part, and we will discuss about writing. आपने अपनी writing 52 minutes में खत्म कर ली, which is absolutely amazing. तो बाकी 8 मिनट आपने क्या किया?
Sir, I tried to figure out some of the errors, and I found out that I have written over length. So at that time, I firstly thought of rubbing it and rewriting, but then I was short of time, so I didn't do that. And I believe that's the reason I have scored less in writing part.
But you still scored 7. You could have scored 8, I believe, easily. Yes, so you felt कहीं ना कहीं आपसे mismanagement हो गई इसकी timing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So आपको letter of complaint आई to the editor of a newspaper, and this was your essay. Can you tell us something about the essay? Yes.
Sir, the essay, the type of essay was a bit difficult to figure out at first, but I then read the question multiple times, and I was able to analyze the type of questions, and the question itself was easy to attempt, and I attempted it thoroughly. But the main problem which I encountered at the end was that I have written over length, and I didn't manage my length well. So that's the reason I believe I have scored 7 bands. Otherwise, I may have scored 0.5 more.
Right. True. Very true. Very true. And your overall writing was easy to moderate. But your writing also, that your writing was in a very good condition. Very good condition. But अगर मैं topic को ध्यान से देखूं, तो ये topic के 2 parts हैं. पहला तो है what are its implications, और दूसरा part है do the advantages outnumber the disadvantages. So इस essay का over length होना बहुत स्वाभाविक है. This is bound to get overlapped because the task that you have to do is a lot of task. So I believe still you scored 7, which I'm very proud of you. So let us talk about your writing and listening now. This is your listening, and we had 4 parts of listening. So इसके बारे में कुछ बताएं जी.
Sir, I believe listening was overall really easy. Mostly they were filling the blanks, and the first part was a telephonic conversation, and I was able to answer all the questions, and I believe the 0.5 deduction that happened is because some of the writing errors and some of the errors related to singular or plurals. So I believe listening was really easy for me.
Right. So you scored 8.5 in listening. So third part was moderate. Or reading section, you had 3 parts, part 1, part 2, and part 3. And you had almost every kind of question type, matching information, fill-ups, true, false, not given, headings, multiple choice questions. And you completed in 50 minutes. That is amazing. बताएं जी अपना गुरु मंत्र क्या है इसमें? What is your guru mantra here?
So the only mantra of reading is to thorough practice, and I always practiced during preparation by being time bound, and that's the thing which have really helped me to complete the reading session in time. And I believe by thorough reading and by reading the questions carefully, we can achieve a desired score. And the thing which have worked for me is firstly I try to read out the questions, and then I read the passage, and in that way I am able to find answers of multiple questions.
Okay, so overall reading you found it easy?
Yes, sir.
So if you talk about the overall exam, it is easy to moderate because in some parts of the examination you found it moderate. Otherwise you found the exam to be an examination. And yes, sir. But I would like to ask you one simple thing. अगर आपको 1-2 लाइनों में बताना हो स्टूडेंट्स को कि किस तरह से इस एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन करनी है, and what will be those lines?
Sir, if I have to talk about the preparation, I believe there are no shortcuts, and we should be always attempting the practice sessions by being time bound. For instance, in my classroom sessions, I always used to attempt the writing sessions in 1 hour, and that have helped me a lot. And I believe by listening to the English conversations, we can enhance our listening abilities. And for speaking, we can practice with our near and dear ones, and always follow the guidelines of our teachers. And if we have someone to practice with, we can really achieve good scores in speaking also.
Lovely. So what you are telling me is a focused approach.
Yes, sir.
Very well done. Thank you so much, Gurjant. And the inputs that you have given to our students are very invaluable. Wishing you all the best. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.